Top 15 Best Small Towns in New York. Hey folks, today we're exploring 15 amazing small towns in New York that go way beyond the bright lights of the Big Apple. From Olympic history to aviation pioneers, baseball legends to crystal clear lakes, these towns pack serious surprises into their small packages. Get ready for some jaw-dropping facts about places like the town, where aviation really took off, and the village so clean its water needs no filter. Let's dive in. Number 15. Aurora. Starting our countdown at number 15 is Aurora, sitting pretty on the eastern shore of Cayuga Lake in the Finger Lakes region, with about 700 residents. This tiny village just lost its claim to fame when Wells College closed in 2024 after 156 years. But Aurora's still got serious charm. The whole downtown is a National Historic District, with buildings dating back to the 1830s. Here's the wild part. During the Revolutionary War, this spot was home to a Native American village called Chonadote, which literally means Peach Town because of its 1,500 peach trees. American troops destroyed it all in 1779, and now you can walk where those orchards once grew. Number 14. Hammondsport. Number 14 takes us to Hammondsport, population about 800, nestled at the southern tip of Cayuga Lake. Most people think the Wright brothers were the only aviation pioneers. But here's a fact that'll blow your mind. The very first pilot's license issued in the United States didn't go to Orville or Wilbur Wright. It went to Glenn Curtiss, a guy with only an 8th grade education from tiny Hammondsport. Curtiss was called the fastest man on Earth after hitting 136 miles per hour on a motorcycle in 1904. His aviation company here made Hammondsport the cradle of aviation, where most early flight experiments happened between 1907 and World War I. Number 13. Trumansburg. At number 13 is Trumansburg, home to about 1,700 people just outside Ithaca in the Finger Lakes region. This charming town sits right next to one of New York's most stunning natural features, Taconic Falls, which plunges 215 feet over vertical cliffs. That's 48 feet taller than Niagara Falls. The town itself has a chocolate factory and serves as your gateway to hiking the gorgeous gorge trails around Cayuga Lake. Plus, you're right in the heart of the Finger Lakes National Forest, New York's only national forest. Number 12. Geneva. Population about 13,000, sits at the northern tip of Seneca Lake and calls itself the lake trout capital of the world. This historic city is home to Hobart and William Smith Colleges and has a stunning lakefront that makes it feel much smaller than it actually is. The downtown area features beautiful Victorian architecture, and Geneva serves as the heart of the Finger Lakes wine region. The town has over 30 wineries within a 20-minute drive and hosts multiple wine festivals throughout the year. Number 11. Penn Yan. Number 11 is Penn Yan, population about 5,100, sitting right at the tip of Cayuga Lake. The name comes from Pennsylvania Yankees, early settlers from Pennsylvania and New England. This town is famous for being the buckwheat capital and hosts the world's largest pancake breakfast every Labor Day weekend, serving over 8,000 people. Penn Yan also claims to have the oldest windmill in the United States that's still grinding grain, built way back in 1809. Number 10. Watkins Glen. At number 10 we have Watkins Glen, home to about 1,800 people at the southern tip of Seneca Lake. Most folks know it for the famous NASCR racetrack, but the real star is Watkins Glen State Park with its incredible gorge trail. You'll walk past 19 waterfalls along a winding stone path through 400-foot deep cliffs. The town also has a rich racing history. It hosted the Formula One United States Grand Prix from 1961 to 1980. Number 9. Ellicottville. Number 9 brings us to Ellicottville, population about 1,600, nestled in the hills of southwestern New York. This town transforms completely between seasons. It's a skiing paradise in winter centered around Holiday Valley Resort, and a mountain biking and hiking heaven in summer. What makes Ellicottville special is how it's become an adventure sports destination while keeping its small-town charm. The town also has a unique salt cave spa where you can relax surrounded by 20 tons of Himalayan salt. Number 8. Greenport. At number 8 is Greenport, population about 2,200, sitting on the northern tip of Long Island's North Fork. This coastal town is famous for its antique carousel that's been running for over a century and its world-class wineries. Greenport serves as the gateway to Long Island wine country, with over 30 wineries nearby. The town also features Lavender by the Bay, where you can walk through gorgeous purple fields that look like something out of Provence, France. Number 7. New Paltz. Number 7 takes us to New Paltz. Population about 14,000, nestled in the Hudson Valley. This college town is home to City Line New Paltz and features historic Huguenot Street, one of the oldest streets in America with stone houses dating back to the 1600s. The town sits right next to the Shawangunk Mountains, famous for world-class rock climbing. New Paltz is also home to the historic Mohonk Mountain House, a Victorian castle resort that's been welcoming guests since 1869. Number 6. Cold Spring. At number 6, we find Cold Spring, population about 2,000, perched dramatically on the Hudson River directly across from West Point. This village feels like stepping back in time with its perfectly preserved 19th century buildings that once housed workers from the West Point Foundry, which made cannons for the Civil War. The whole downtown is a National Historic District, and legend says the town got its name when George Washington stopped here for a drink of cold spring water. Today, it's a weekend escape for New Yorkers, just 50 miles north of the city. Number 5. Skaneateles. Number 5 brings us to Skaneateles, pronounced Skaneateles, population about 2,500, sitting on the shores of the cleanest Finger Lake. Here's an incredible fact. Skaneateles Lake is so pure that Syracuse gets its drinking water straight from the lake with no filtration. It's one of only 6 unfiltered water sources in the entire country. The lake sits 863 feet above sea level, earning it the nickname, the Roof Garden of the Lakes. The village hosts a famous Dickens Christmas festival, where the whole town dresses up in Victorian costumes. Number 4. Woodstock. At number 4 is Woodstock, population about 6,300, nestled in the Catskill Mountains. Here's the kicker. The famous 1969 Woodstock Festival wasn't actually held here. It happened 60 miles away in Bethel. But the real Woodstock has been an artist colony since 1902, when the Birdcliff Arts community was founded. Bob Dylan lived here and recorded the basement tapes with the band. The town has its own artist cemetery, where creative folks are buried. And you can visit the longest-running summer chamber music festival in the country at the Maverick Concert Hall. Number 3. Lake Placid. Our top 3 starts with Lake Placid, population about 2,200, tucked into the Adirondack Mountains. This tiny village achieved something incredible. It hosted the Winter Olympics twice, in 1932 and 1980. Lake Placid is one of only 3 places on Earth to host the Winter Games twice, joining St. Moritz and Innsbruck. The 1980 Olympics gave us the miracle on ice when amateur American college hockey players beat the mighty Soviet team. You can still skate on those same rinks and ride the bobsled track where Olympic history was made. Number 2. Cooperstown. At number 2 we have Cooperstown, population about 1,800, sitting at the foot of Otsego Lake in central New York. Every baseball fan knows this is home to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. But here's what's wild. It attracts 300,000 visitors every year to a town of fewer than 2,000 people. During peak summer days, more tourists visit than the entire population. The town was founded by the father of James Fenimore Cooper, who wrote The Last of the Mohicans, and sits on the lake he called Glimmerglass. On Hall of Fame weekend, this tiny village becomes the center of the baseball universe. Number 1. Sleepy Hollow. And our number 1 small town in New York is Sleepy Hollow, population about 10,000, sitting along the Hudson River just 20 miles north of New York City. Washington Irving made this place legendary with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and the Headless Horseman back in 1820. Irving himself is buried here in Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, along with some serious American royalty, Andrew Carnegie, Brooke Astor, and Elizabeth Arden. The town originally called itself North Tarrytown, but officially changed its name to Sleepy Hollow in 1996 to embrace its spooky fame. You can still visit the Old Dutch Church, where the Headless Horseman supposedly rides, and see the bridge where Ichabod Crane met his fate. Every October, this becomes one of the most haunted destinations in America. So there you have it, 15 incredible small towns that prove New York State has way more to offer than just the Big Apple. From Olympic history to baseball legends, aviation pioneers to headless horsemen, these places pack amazing stories into small packages. Are you from New York? We'd love to hear your thoughts on these towns. Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Vacation Quest for more hidden gems across America. Hit that bell so you never miss our latest adventures.